This is Channel 4 News. We are coming to you live with a very special news presentation today. We will be going behind the scenes of the most famous American novel, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. We will be talking to the characters in the book, Huck, Jim, and Tom, about what they were thinking when they were trying to save Jim, and what they are doing now after the adventure is over. We will take a look at the travels Huckleberry Finn and his gang made down the Mississippi River from Jackson's Island to Aunt Sally's house in Arkansas.
Welcome to the Channel 4 News team. I'm Cletus Bowe, here at the station, and today we will be taking a live look-in at the thrilling story of a runaway slave. You know, folks, it's been quite an interesting story to follow. But before we get to the story, let's hear a word from our sponsors at Bobby Joe's Auction House.
Hey there folks, Bobby Joe from Savannah, Georgia Auction House. We got two fantastic lots here. One of them, he's Jamal. He works real hard. He don't complain or talk much neither. And he'll basically do whatever you want him to do. And this here is Chantel. She works real hard in the kitchen and she'll clean up around the house. And sometimes she can even pick some cotton. And if you come down this week, we got a special sale going on. We got two for $450. And yeah, that's about all. So hopefully see you this week down at Savannah, Georgia Auction House. That's Bobby Joe signing out.
If I were a slave master, I'd sure be interested in buying those lots. Well, anyway, back to our story. Let's take a live look in now.
Hey folks, we're back here at Channel 4 News. Thanks for tuning in on our live coverage of the event. Seems like they're making some significant progress with the digging. Now we're going to head on over to interview Tom, Huck, and Jim.
Hello, and you're here with Channel 4 News. And we have a special interview today with Jim, the slave. So how was it, Jim, when you first met Huck and realized you guys were going to be on an adventure?
Well, first I wanted to run away because Miss Watson, she said she was going to sell me and I wanted to stay with my family. But I figured if I ran away, then maybe I could come back sometime. But then when I saw Huck, I figured I could, be with him for a while, and so that's where our adventure started.
Were you ever afraid Huck was going to turn you in?
No, well, at first when he started messing with me with the snake and all, that just really hurt me deep down because, he was my good old friend. And I didn't really want to be hurt no more. And, I didn't really think he was going to turn me in, though, because I know he's a good, loyal friend.
I see that you and Huck have gone a long way from then.
Yes, ma'am.
How is it now after when you were stuck in the cage? How did it feel when you realized Huck wouldn't just use the key?
Well, when I was stuck in that there cage, I thought that Huck would just go and get me the key. But then Tom had to, come in and say I had to spend time with animals and whatnot. And I just didn't really get that. And I had to eat a pie with a ladder in it, and I just didn't get that. So it was alright in the end, but I thought it was mighty mean of Tom to do that to me.
How do you feel now after the whole experience and being back with your family?
Well, it's real nice and all, but, I still worry about Huck and in the Indian Territory and hope he's doing well and all.
I see. Well, thanks for joining us with Jim the Slave, and We'll get back to you.
And here's our exclusive interview with Tom.
Hello and welcome back to the Channel 4 News team. Today I'm here with Tom Sawyer, and I'm here to ask him a few questions about his adventures with Huck and Jim. My first question is, with your creative sense and you coming up with all these creative ideas, why do you choose to include them in your plans when there's always an easier way? Why do you take the longer, harder route?
Well, there isn't ever an easy way. Like, I just read it in the books, and the books tell me to do these things, and I come up with these adventures because, well, what else is there to do?
Well, did you realize that in your escape with Huck and Jim, that you were actually causing Jim physical and mental pain?
But he's a nigger. So the books tell me what to do. If there's a nigger, I listen to the books.
Interesting. Well, going back to that escape, well, after the escape, what did you do after Huck and Jim parted ways? Where did you go?
Well, I was going to go off with Huck and go into the Indian Territory, but I couldn't leave my old Aunt Polly by herself. She needs some strong man to be there for her. And I don't know. I mean, I love adventure and all, and it would be great fun, but I can't leave having a bed and having food made for me all the time. It's just not right.
Well, I'm glad you think that. What do you think your relationship with Huck and Jim is these days, when you don't see each other that much?
Well, Huck's not. He's basically my blood brother. We're inseparable. I miss him dearly, and we're great friends. We still keep in touch by letters. And then old Jim, I like him. I haven't seen him in a while, but he's a good friend. Any good friend of Huck's my good friend.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us here at Channel 4 News team.
And here's our exclusive interview with Huck.
Thanks for joining us here at Channel 4 News. Today we have a special interview with Mr. Huckleberry Finn. So, Huck, how's your life on the Indian Territory?
I actually do enjoy my life on the Indian Territory very much. I mean, they're really nice people, and their hospitality is great. I mean, they feed me, they house me, and they treat me nice. They give me clean water and good food, and they're just real nice people. And, you know, compared to Miss Watson, real nice lady. So sad that she died, but I do enjoy life on Indian Territory much more because it is much more free, just like the Mississippi.
Very well, very well. So can you tell me anything about the thrilling escape with
Yes.
you and Jim?
The thrilling escape, wow. I had quite a blast with that one. It was quite a fun time. I mean, it was a jolly old good time with Tom and Jim. They're my buddies. I mean, I love them to death. And I felt a little bad for Jim, him suffering and all, but we did have some fun, and the fact that we were able to make it out alive and still be buddies, it's great.
That's the important part.
Mm-hmm.
So, what can you tell me about your leadership abilities with Tom? How did you guys work off with each other?
I mean, when Tom first came along, it was kind of hard. I kind of lost that leadership ability a little bit because he's someone I do look up to. He's 16 and I'm only 14,
right?
And so he's someone that I think is going to make the better decision than I may sometimes. But at times there are times where I step in and I do the right thing, and both of us combined, two heads are always better than one, and I think we're a great team together.
So how's your relationship with Tom and Jim right now? Are you still in contact with them? Or?
We haven't talked to each other in a long time, but I'm sure we're still the best of buddies. I mean, after that escape, we kind of went our separate ways, and but we're still good buddies. I mean, I like them both a lot, and I hope they feel the same about me.
Thanks for joining us, Huck. Hope to see you soon. That's all for today at Channel 4 News.
Hey there, folks. This is Bobby Joe here from. God damn it!
You're terrible at this. You're terrible. You're terrible.
Feed me, they house me, and they treat me nice, and I treat them nice too. And I'm gonna kill you because
3, go.
asking him a few questions about his journeys. My first question is,
Guys, Logan's
Yeah.
mom's No! Logan's mom, your mom's here.
let's take a live look in now.
Don't do that.
What do you like to do? You like to pick some cotton, and you like to harvest some crop. That's what he do.
it.
Alright, hey there folks, Bobby Joe from Savannah, Georgia.
She was bent over.
Shaniqua over here, she don't really do much, but her cooking ain't bad, and she can clean up, and
You made me laugh.
they both suck at acting, so.
Just start.
Shaniqua.
Chantel.
What?
You.
My mom's. This is how I'm gonna come to a party. Put something else on other than sweat.